You have big goals. You want to be successful. You want freedom, money, confidence, and a life that feels meaningful. But there's a gap. You know exactly what you should be doing, yet you don't do it. And that gap slowly turns into guilt. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And eventually you stop being angry at yourself and start accepting it. You label yourself as lazy. But here's the truth most people never hear. You're not lazy, you're stuck. And there's a huge difference. Every year, the cycle repeats. A new year arrives, new goals, new motivation, a fresh identity. You start strong, you feel unstoppable. For a few days, maybe a few weeks. Then motivation fades. Procrastination creeps in quietly, not dramatically, not all at once. Just one skipped workout, one delayed task, one "I'll do it later." Until later becomes never. And suddenly you're right back where you started, wondering what's wrong with you. Most advice online completely misses the point. They tell you to delete social media, wake up earlier, be more disciplined, just try harder. Those things might help a little, but they only treat the symptoms, not the cause. The real cause of procrastination can be explained with one simple idea: inertia. In physics, inertia means this: objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion, unless an external force acts on them. And this law doesn't just apply to objects, it applies to you. Starting is hard, not because the task itself is hard, but because starting requires energy. And here's where most people mess up. They make the starting point feel enormous. You don't tell yourself, "I'll make a little progress." You tell yourself, "I need to completely fix my life." You don't think, "I'll open the laptop." You think, "I need to finish the entire project." Your brain looks at that mountain and says, "Nope." So instead, it chooses something easier, something comfortable, something that gives quick dopamine. Scrolling, videos, games, anything except the thing that matters. Not because you're lazy, but because the initial push feels too heavy. Here's the key insight. Procrastination isn't a motivation problem, it's a starting problem. And to solve it, you don't need discipline, you need to reduce the stakes. Let's say you need to write a 5,000-word essay. If you tell yourself, "I need to finish this essay today," the inertia is massive. But if you tell yourself, "I'll write just 50 words," the inertia almost disappears. 50 words is easy, no pressure, no fear. And once you start, something interesting happens. You keep going. Not because you forced yourself, but because momentum took over. Objects in motion stay in motion. This is why the 2-minute rule works so well. You tell yourself, "I'll do this for just 2 minutes." That's it. No commitment, no expectations. Clean for 2 minutes, study for 2 minutes, work out for 2 minutes. Most of the time, you won't stop, because the hardest part was never the work. It was starting. Think of it like pushing a ball uphill. At first, it feels heavy, slow, uncomfortable. But once the ball moves past the point of inertia, it rolls on its own. That's how progress works. Small push first, momentum later. The mistake people make is waiting to feel ready. They wait for motivation, confidence, energy. But readiness comes after action, not before it. You don't become productive and then start working. You start working and productivity follows. So here's the rule that changes everything. Make the first step so small it feels almost stupid. Not impressive, not intense, just easy. Open the document, put on gym clothes, write one sentence, send one message. That's it. Over time, this does something powerful. You stop seeing yourself as lazy. You start seeing yourself as someone who takes action. And identity is everything. Once your identity shifts, consistency becomes natural. You don't need to see the whole plan. You don't need to know exactly how it will work out. You just need to take the first step, because motion creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. If you feel stuck right now, remember this. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're just standing still. And all it takes is a small push.